Hi guys, David here from Beyond the Kingdoms, and today I've got another Fastpass Plus strategies video. Since I've recently taken a complete look at Animal Kingdom, I thought it was a good idea to share my Fastpass Plus strategies here. So let's do this thing. Now, like I said in my last Fastpass Plus video, there is no one master plan that works for everybody. So I'm going to break this down into 3 different categories based on age and interest. Let's first look at families traveling with kids. This is specifically helpful for groups with toddlers too short to ride some of the thrill rides, or if your kids are at different heights and you're trying to please all the little ones. And disclaimer, I want to just point out that I think everybody visiting Animal Kingdom should consider a Fastpass for Kilimanjaro Safari, no matter what age you are. This is the park's signature attraction, and it's an incredible one at that. This ride is great for everyone, from toddlers to grandparents. Kilimanjaro Safari also fits the bill for those focusing on accessibility. If anyone in the group is using a wheelchair or ECV, the safari trucks can easily accommodate these vehicles. So again, everyone should Fastpass this because it's a must-do. Okay, back to my group with kids. As you all know, Animal Kingdom has a tiered system when it comes to Fastpass. You can choose one of the new Avatar-themed rides for your Tier 1 choice, and then pick any 2 other attractions in the park for your Tier 2 choices. Obviously, if your kids are too small to ride Flight of Passage, then you're going to be limited to NAVI River Journey for your Tier 1 choice. This ride is really beautiful, however, it's a little short. Therefore, any time over 30 minutes isn't really worth it in my book, so book a Fastpass here to skip the line. Now, if any of the parents want to ride Flight of Passage, or if you have kids of different heights and at least one wants to ride Flight, split your Tier 1 Fastpasses. This means that the adults should specifically be the ones to be splitting up their reservations. One for NAVI and the other for Flight of Passage. If one kid wants to experience both rides without waiting, keep all the kids together with the adult using Fastpass for NAVI River Journey. This means that when the adult riding Flight of Passage enters the line, make sure that the whole group is there. That way you can tell a cast member that you are using Rider's Switch Pass. The members of the group not riding Flight of Passage right away will scan their magic bands and be given a digital rider switch ticket with a specified return time window. Think of this as a bonus Fastpass. It will pop up on the My Disney Experience app. This means that one adult rides Flight of Passage alone, while the rest of the group uses their Fastpass to ride NAVI River Journey. Then, afterwards, the group riding NAVI can ride Flight of Passage through the Fastpass line and not wait at all. And the kid that's too short to ride can sit out with the first adult. Simple. The only downside to splitting in Pandora is that the adult who rode Flight of Passage alone will not get to skip the line at NAVI River Journey, since that boat ride doesn't offer Rider's Switch Pass. So that takes care of your Tier 1 choices in Pandora. Let's look at your Tier 2 choices. Like I've already said, Kilimanjaro Safari is my personal recommendation on a Tier 2 Fastpass. No 2 safaris are ever the same, and I like to try and choose my favorite time to ride and guarantee myself no wait. If you watched my Animal Kingdom Top 10 Tips video, you know that my preferred time to ride is at sunset. And now we are left with our third Fastpass choice. And this is a bit of a toss-up and really depends on what your family likes best. Personally, I would go with a major daytime show right around 12 noon. When the sun is too much to bear and you need a break. Between Lion King and Nemo, I think Lion King is the one to get, because that theater is constantly more crowded than the Nemo show. But if shows are not your thing, you can do a similar split to the one in Pandora over in Asia. You can split Fastpasses between Kali River Rapids and Expedition Everest. The good thing here is that both attractions offer Rider's Switch Pass. So, you can maneuver this so that everyone tall enough to ride can go on both attractions without waiting. And remember, you've always got that single rider line at Everest. Another toss-up for this third choice is Rivers of Light. I personally don't like using Fastpass here because it's not my favorite show. And a nighttime show means it's likely you won't be able to score a fourth Fastpass on the day. Like I've said in dozens of Animal Kingdom videos, consider a dining package or the new dessert party if getting reserved seats to the show is high on your list of priorities. So, to recap, this group should split the 2 Avatar-themed attractions if you can, book Kilimanjaro Safari, and use your third Fastpass on a daytime show, or even split again for the 2 thrill rides in Asia. Now let's switch gears and focus on the teens or young adults who want to focus on the thrill rides. This is for those of you not traveling with kids and you can't use that rider switch pass, or if character meet and greets and shows are not a high priority. Now when it comes to Tier 1 in Pandora, definitely, without a doubt, book Flight of Passage over NAVI River Journey. This is currently Disney's most advanced and exciting attraction across all 4 parks. It's a must-do experience. NAVI is pretty to look at, but it would be unfair to compare the 2. Now, if you're staying off property, it's very likely that you won't be able to score a Fast Pass for Flight of Passage. If so, you can use your Tier 1 on NAVI River Journey just to keep that wait time down, and consider either rope dropping the park to get on Flight of Passage, or try riding it at the end of the night, after you've done everything else in the park. In terms of Tier 2, you have some options. If you're visiting in the summer months, you'll probably want to get on Kali River Rapids. If so, definitely get a Fast Pass, especially in the middle of the day when it gets really hot and you really want to cool down. I personally don't always like to get wet, so I tend to skip this attraction more often than not. And I like to use my Tier 2 Fast Passes on Expedition Everest and Kilimanjaro safaris. If the safari is not a high priority, but you still want to experience it along with all the other thrill rides in Asia, consider booking both Kali and Everest and simply do standby for Kilimanjaro Safari at night. The wait time goes down significantly after the sun goes down because visitors assume that they won't see anything. But again, don't be fooled, this is a great time to ride that attraction. And if you want to keep the thrills going, it's very likely that you can score a 4th Fast Pass for Dinosaur. Of all the thrill rides at Animal Kingdom, Dinosaur is the easiest to get a 4th Fast Pass. And it's also probably the shortest wait times for the standby line. Finally, let's not forget about the grandparents. I always think of my parents traveling with their granddaughter for this category. I try to specifically take note of what they like to experience the most when we visit the parks together. Okay, first of all, if Flight of Passage is just too intense for the grandparents, obviously use NAVI River Journey for your Tier 1 choice. However, there is a small chance that this group might not be interested in these attractions at all. And if you find this to be true, remember that all 3 of your FastPass choices can come from that Tier 2 category. You are not required to use a Tier 1 FastPass in Pandora if you don't want to. But even if you haven't seen the Avatar movie, a relaxing ride on NAVI River Journey can be very enjoyable too. And again, like I've said before, this group should definitely get a FastPass for the safari. This allows you to pick and choose your desired time to ride the attraction. Now your third choice can be a bit of a toss-up between the shows. Like I've already said, a FastPass for a show like The Lion King can be a really fun experience for grandparents with the little ones. This is a very popular show. Finding Nemo is very easy to do standby. This group may also be interested in Rivers of Light, another entertainment venue that fills up quickly. My optimum choice for this group is to book NAVI, Kilimanjaro, your preferred daytime show, probably The Lion King, and consider a dining package for Rivers of Light, especially if you are already planning on dining at one of the participating restaurants. So there you go, my friends, my recommended FastPass Plus strategies while visiting Disney's Animal Kingdom. Keep in mind, there is no sacred Bible on how to do this. These are just my personal recommendations from my experience. Many of these FastPass plans are very adjustable, and you can change them based on what you and your family like the most. But if you're a first-timer or you haven't been to this park in a while, This list of recommendations is a perfect way to start planning. Thank you very much for watching today's video, and remember, if you can dream it, you can do it.